Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Weekend's over now, so everything's back to normal. Getting as much work done in the week as possible, being as productive as I can be. So what's happened this weekend? Happened yesterday. Didn't get too much done yesterday, actually. Wasn't a massively successful day. Focus was on getting the transactional emails set up. Didn't quite accomplish that, but I'm almost there. So decided to use SendGrid as the service to send out our transactional emails. I put a message in Maker's Kitchen, which is a wonderful Slack group for India makers, and there were two that were recommended to me. One was SendGrid, which I've used before, and the other one was SparkPost. Haven't used SparkPost before, hadn't even heard of it before, so investigated that. But I think I'm going to use SendGrid. Just it seems like it's got everything I need, and I'm vaguely familiar with it, having used it on a couple of projects before. So so just working on that. I can show you what the templates look like. So something like this, real simple, just using some branding here. Got the logo, got the background colors in place, and you can put in like these mustache, handlebar template tags to customize them. So I'm just going to set up a default template and then start sending through messages from the server. Should be pretty simple to do, and I'll have that up and running in the next sort of half an hour. So I'm going to set one up for the welcome email, and that's the sort of primary goal here. I think I will set one up for like a weekly email that you can opt in for, which will give you a sort of summary of your moods and your over the last week, which I think is always a useful thing to have. We did something similar at Nickled, where you would get essentially a customer success email every week just to show you how your guides are performing. So I think that would be a useful thing to have on an individual level for your mood. So we're going to put that into place at some point, but that may or may not be this week. My feeling is it won't be this week. Other things that I will be doing this week are, so this morning I got the Humane Tech London went live, which is super exciting. So Humane Tech London number 3 is the third event in a series that we're running this year, which are really about how do we live well with technology. So we have 3 speakers come in and give an update for 10 minutes, or round about a talk for 10 minutes. And then we have 5-minute question answer afterwards. So really happy to have the third event going live. We've got 3 really great speakers. We've got Kenneth Bowles, who's a designer, worked with some massive names, and is now focused on sort of humane tech space. He's wrote a book called Future Ethics, which you should go out and buy and check that out. And he's just really thinking about how do we live well with technology? How do we make it work for us and for everybody, not just like those that know how to use technology, but those that for everyone in society. So I think it's a really really noble pursuit that he's working on. So we've got him in, super excited about that. We've got Akil from Komuzi. He used to work out the US2 Adventure Space that I was at, and those guys are doing some really great work there. It's sort of a research and design development agency that they've got going on. Done a lot of things around AI. They've recently been working on an opportunity bank with Walthamstow Council, I think it was, so to help people from disadvantaged backgrounds get better opportunities. So I think those guys are doing some really interesting stuff. And then Sharman from Digital Cooldown is going to be speaking with us about digital mindfulness and how we can be using technology better on an individual level. So I think we're going to cover all sorts of bases with those 3 speakers. So that's very exciting. So I announced that event this morning. Just sent the email out. So we got some signups already for that, which is super great. And so what else am I going to do this week? I'm going to check in with all the beta testers, everyone that we've got that I've sent an email to. I'm just going to follow up with and see if I can get the ball rolling on that and get some feedback. I need a better way of recording user feedback. I have no way of doing that at the moment. It's all sitting in my inbox. I know there are services out there that help you aggregate that user feedback. I think Nom Nom is one. That's the first one that springs to mind. Previously, for Nickled, actually, we just set up a Google form that was based on Intercom's model for how they gather feedback, and then that Google form was connected to the spreadsheet so that they could just set up some pivot tables and query the data through the spreadsheet. And I think that was a good way of working. It worked great for us. So I might do something like that. Might just set up a spreadsheet for now. I think that's probably quickest and easiest. Just need one, like a single source of truth for user feedback. So I'll probably do that. And then I want to be working on so some feedback we've had is that there are too many emojis to choose from in the mood wheel. So I want to reduce that number. I'm kind of reluctant to do that. I think choosing what emojis are important for some people is, is pushing my values onto them. And people seem to have different meanings for different emojis. So what I would like to do is just make that customizable. So don't reduce the list by default, but allow someone, if they wish to customize which emojis that are in that wheel. So there are some that I know that I never select, and I can see that. So if I can remove those from the wheel, that's probably a good thing. But I think there is something in the paradox of choice. It makes you consider actually how you are feeling and why am I not feeling like these? Why would I not describe myself as feeling like these? And which of those emojis are the most relevant to me in this moment? I think there is something around that. So again, that's why I'm reluctant to remove them from everybody at once. But if someone wants to customize them, I think that should be allowed and should be valid. So I'm going to design a way for that customization. I don't know how that will look yet. And also naming. So people seem to want to be able to make their moods a bit more consistent in how they tag them and track them. And I think one way that it can do that is by just giving a sort of name or a feeling in word form that they can assign to each emoji. So I'm going to be designing that as well as the customization. So if you have a smiley face with a single tear, does that mean something? If you have the really angry face, is that a particular emotion that you want to capture? So going to be designing that and hopefully getting to build that this week. And I think just general marketing activities. I want to get an email out to our key email lists, which I haven't done yet. I think the product's ready now. We've got at least some form of payment, so I can capture some value there if people want to give that. Yeah, that's going to be the week. So I think it's looking like an exciting week. I've also got some very interesting meetings that I might tell you about, might not. We'll see. Cool. Right. Have a great week.